All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another live on Blair's Digital's platform. I am so excited to, be on with you today. Now, whether you're thinking of starting an online business or if you've just started on this journey, believe me, this one is for you. I have a very special guest on, and she's going to be sharing with us tonight, just some moments from her journey thus far as a digital business owner. She'll also give us some highs, some lows, and a little of the in between. All right. So, Kadeen, thank you so much for being on with us today. Trust that you are doing super fine. I'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and, just to share with us at the same time, what inspired you to start your online business and how did you know that it was the right decision you were making?
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Again, good afternoon, good evening, guys, from wherever you're joining me. Us. My name is Katie, and I live here in Ontario, Canada. I work in the corporate field, and I'm also a proud online business owner. So, just want to kind of get that out the way. If you're watching, you work a 9 to 5. Yes, we're kind of doing the same thing, but we're doing the business just the same on the side, right? Where do I start? What inspired me to get started? Boy, I tell you, honestly, I just wanted more. And I'll give you a little backstory to that. As immigrants, when we come abroad, I migrated from Jamaica about 14 years ago, of course, in search of, better opportunities. And I've done it all. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I've done it all, guys. I've still good, right? Yes. Okay, perfect. I've done it all. I've worked the long hour shift, the 12-hour shift, the standing up on my feet. I remember in the earlier days when I just came here, I would work Sunday to Sunday from 7 in the morning until 7 at night. That's 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lord, I thank you. You have brought me a mighty long way. And I mean, it's just a blessing. And like I've worked, I went back to school, I studied, and of course, long story short, I kind of worked my way up. And as I said, now, I'm in management, I work in a corporate setting, but at the same time, what inspired me, I wanted a little bit more. The paycheck to paycheck was still a real thing. The hand to mouth is still a thing. And I wanted to move away from that. I wanted to get myself a little bit financially stable. I wanted that independence of financial independence. And as a result of that, I decided to try something, to go in search of something. And when I came across this business, to be honest, I didn't know much, about digital marketing or what it is. But at the same time, I was looking because, I wanted a change from my current situation of just paycheck to paycheck and hand to mouth. And guys, if you follow my journey, I love to travel and I wanted to do that on my own terms. I love to travel. And again, one paycheck don't get you to pay bills, to travel, to save. As a single mom taking care of a household, one paycheck doesn't get far doing that, right? So it sent me out in search of something. And as I said, I came across this business and I'm like, oh, okay. All right, they're talking about this. Let me see what it is. As I said, I didn't know much about digital marketing, but I was curious, right? Because it was an opportunity to do something from home, learn at my own pace, at my own time, but at the same time has the potential to give me that flexibility, freedom, and financial stability that I'm looking for. So I said, okay, let me take a look at it. I registered just like anybody else would. I checked out the information. I sat on it for like a few days, absorbed it, and of course I followed the instructions along to take the next step and to come and take a closer look at the business. And I will say from that day, fast forward to today, I got plugged in, I got started, and I never looked back because when I saw what the business is, while I didn't know much about it at the time, I saw the potential, I saw what it was, and I'm like, okay, yep, this is it. I'm gonna give it a try. So just wanting more, just wanting to step away from, just feeling stuck and just the constant going through the same old, same old, same old every day. That kind of what, kind of pushed me, propelled me to, hey, I'm going to try, something different. And that's kind of what inspired me to get started. And here I am today. Thank
Okay.
you, Jesus. Yeah.
Awesome. And the reality is that there are just so many of us that are experiencing this where the paycheck to paycheck is it's just struggling. And
It's
you talk
hard.
about just one. I am married, right? And we have two paychecks. And trust me, it's just paying bills. You can't, there's no room to do anything else. And that's also one of the triggers for us starting on this journey as well. And we didn't know anything. I'm one who was never on Facebook you know however, when you have that desire for
Yeah.
change,
Right.
it can only come with you taking action. And while some person have that desire, they would cause skepticism to just hold them back.
To
But
hold
for
them
us,
back.
right, we used our skepticism to our advantage, because it triggered us to deep dive and to explore and see. And guys, this opportunity is legit. We all recently received our T4 A here in Canada, and in America you will get a different form, but we all received that to do our taxes because it's a legitimate business, right? But if you desire, to learn more, then we are saying to you guys, come on in and just see. There's nothing wrong with looking and seeing if it is the right fit for you. But that spark,
100%.
that spark makes all the difference, right? But let's talk about what happens next, because every journey oftentimes has its ups and its downs, right? So, what challenges did you face early on, and just how did you stay motivated to keep pushing forward?
To be honest, I when I started out with my business, it started out good. I'm gonna say good because I had training, I had a coach, on my right, like I had my training, I had a community, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going good, right? Like I can do this, and I like the success, stories that I was seeing, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. And for the first few months it was good, and then after that challenges comes up, right? Again, remember, you're navigating something new, something different. And I remember for a couple of months I didn't see what I wanted to see, and for some reason I started to wonder, okay, what am I never wonder, okay, I need to give up. I always say to myself, okay, what is it that I need to do differently? What is it that I need to try, or who do I need to reach out to have that conversation? Because when you're kind of going through a dry season, like if you have that person to kind of like talk to, like show you, give you like different perspective on things, it goes a long way. And I kept saying to myself like that, I'm seeing the result in the dream team, I'm seeing the result in our team. Persons are fulfilling their dreams, they're living their best life. The potential is limitless, and I'm like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it, right? We have the same training, we have the same platform, it's the same thing. So okay, Katie, what is it that you need to do differently? And I went back to the drawing board, and I'm like, okay, all right, let's try something different here. But for me, it's never about giving up when it didn't work as I hoped, or I didn't get the result that I wanted. And that is kind of what I also want to share with persons too. When you are trying something for the first time, or it's new to you, whatever aspect of life it might be, of course you're going to go through some challenges and what we Jamaicans would call dry patch or rough season. But it doesn't mean that you give up. You know what you're about, you know what you're working towards, you see the potential of it. Keep going, just keep trusting the process, keep believing in yourself, and keep going. If you need to rest for a minute and come again. You know what I mean? And I think for me it's just kind of keep going, keep trusting the process, keep keeping myself inspired with, as I said, other person's journey, and know that, yeah, my time is coming too. Like, while it started out, good, and I felt good about it. Okay, this is my season of, learning, and I always say too, sometime when we go through these kind of situations, it's not that you're incapable, or it's hard. You're doing something, new for the first time, and it's stretching you, so you kind of have to, adjust accordingly. But for sure, definitely 100%, not giving up. So I kind of just, stay true to who I was, motivate myself on those days, and rest on the days when I have to, and then pick up and go again.
Awesome. And I mean, oftentimes as well, too, these moments are grooming and growth moments, just preparing you for some tremendous breakthroughs.
Yeah.
And I often say, I wish, persons wanting to, take a leap of faith and get the change they desire, to just go for it. And that's because if we were to really assess our life's journey, we've been here for many years, right? And we realize that there are always some rough moments, but we pull through. And think of what it was that brought you out on the other side, and just, yeah, motivate yourself. Sometimes you just have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Cheerleader. Yeah.
And as you know, like anything, starting something new is gonna come with its own share of challenges. If you're starting school, it's the same thing. You have to get adjusted to the new process, but
If you
trusting it
start in
is
a new job, it's the same thing. You have to learn the new processes, right?
definitely, definitely, that is key. Just want to say hi to an Anna K who is on. Thanks so much for joining. But yes, that's so important. But you talk now about, like some turning points. Share with us one of those key turning points in your journey, where things just start to click and you felt that your business, was on the right track.
Yeah, I've had that, and just just thinking about it, like, it just brings so much, like, smiles to my face, and like, just gratitude to my heart, and I'm just in a state of, feeling grateful and humble. There was a turning point in my, or the turning point is, I sat down at one point and kind of said to myself, in the same breath, okay, what is it that, I need to do different? And I think I was kind of trying to, figure out a few things on my own. And I kid you not, I kind of reach out to my coach at one point, because again, in this community, you're not alone. You have a community of about 240,000, and then you have your own personal mentor and your own personal coach. So guys, you're never alone in this business. I reached out and I said, okay, what do I need to do differently here? I need you to help me. And we kind of sat down and we have a conversation, and we went through a few things, and I adjusted accordingly, my approach to work, mindset, and everything. And boy, I tell you, man, I tell you, when you hear about take off, yes, business took off. It took a turn, which was good. Like, that's the only way I can put it. Like, there was a turnaround, and I think it just has to do with your approach, and your mindset, and what you truly, 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 genuinely desire. So I think for me, it was just like a shift in approach, a shift in mindset, and just kind of, keeping that faith and that resilience, and keep going. And yeah, like, and ever since then, it's been just amazing, like, hands down amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And you've highlighted some key things that, guys, you have to pay attention to. A support system. You have, your coach and your mentor, and don't worry. They're not just in it for the start. They're in it with you on the journey for the life of this
Right.
business opportunity. And you also have the support of the entire business community, that's there to cheer you on and to, be your accountability partner, which is so, so crucial and critical and important. I see Marcia on, she indicates that, perseverance is key to success. Petrina, you're watching. Thanks so much. But this business opportunity, no two ways about it. It is definitely one of the best online business opportunity that lends, a level of flexibility in time and ultimately your financial freedom that you're looking for, because the potential is just endless, but it's important. It is very, very important for persons to understand that you have to do the work. Okay, but you're never alone. You're in it for yourself because it's your business, but you are not alone on the journey, and
Definitely.
that's key. If you're not tech savvy, you don't need to worry. And the training is there. For me, when I came in, I was like, whoa, because it was just so laid out and it catered to the different learning styles for persons, because some persons, they are visual learners. They want to see things, but that's there. It's there for the audio persons too. And guess what? You can pause, you can rewind, you can go
You
back
can
to it at
replay.
any
Yeah.
time. So
And
those
it's
are very,
there for
very
you
good.
to view all the time. It's yours. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, that's so, so important. And no, we want to just, transition just a little, because we know there are persons who are on the fence. When you talk about the online space, it's the future, and the future is here. But I know for many of us, we are prone to the traditional way of doing things, right? And so persons are scared of the online space. um they're on the fence because they realize more and more that everything has gone and is moving online. We'll talk about the pandemic that we had recently. you know Persons who weren't able, and businesses who weren't able to pivot and to transition online really, really suffered some hard blows. But those of them that were able to make that transition, were able to tap into new
Right.
markets, new geographical areas for business, and are doing well. And guess what? Right now, too, when you think about it, this global trade war that's going on, you know, we don't know what's going to happen, but more and more we find that persons are losing their jobs. There is no such thing as job security anymore.
100%. Yep, you're
No,
right.
and I know there are those two, when the new year started, because we generally you make a New Year's resolution and all of these things, right? So when the new year started, boy, I need that change, but I go hold on and just see, how things are gonna go. February came, February has ended, and you're wondering if you really made the right decision. No, March ended, and you want to kind of beat yourself about, why had I not done something? But guess what? As we say, the change you need, it's not gonna happen unless you take action. We're into April. It's spring. It's that time for growth, you
Growth.
know?
New
And
things.
so for those, who are facing a crossroads, unsure whether or not, they should really start an online business, what would be that one advice that you would give to them?
Ooh. Okay, man, I would say just start. Start where you are. Start scared. Start confused. Just start. And I say that to say this: the time will never feel right to start. And as you mentioned, you will always say, okay, I'm going to put it off until, I'll do it in February, I'll do it in March, or I'll do it when, I figure this out. The time will never be right. You just got to take the time right now and make it right. So for anybody who is out there on the fence, you're probably watching and wondering and you're hoping and you want to come and take a look. And this now, especially for my Jamaican people, like guys, we're skeptical about a lot of things. I know that we come from the same place, we cut from the same DNA, but there are opportunities out there that has the potential to change our lives. So if you sit on the fence just wondering and waiting and wishing and looking, good. But guess what? If you don't act, 2 months from now, 4 months from now, 6 months from now, you're still going to be sitting in the same place, looking and wondering and wishing. So honestly or genuinely, all I would say to someone, just start. And that kind of go for, any area of life you want to do something. Just start where you are, and you'll figure out as you go. When it comes on to our online business, you're probably looking at it and you really want to give it a shot, because I think it's about time now. We kind of stop being skeptical. We know it's real, and we know it's legit. We are real people getting real results online, building a business that is just amazing. Like, that's the word I can find right now. So I would encourage you to come and take a look. Guys, you have a coach in one hand, you have a mentor in the other hand to help you. You have a video-based training in front of you, and you're going to have a community surrounding you to support you as you get started. So again, it will feel different because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, but that is where growth happens. Growth will never happen in your comfort zone, or nothing extraordinary will ever happen, in your comfort zone. So you just have to step out of that, change that mindset, and come take a look, come and try and see for yourself. And look at it this way: if you come and you look and you think it's not a good fit for you, that's okay. And you move on to something else, but at least you came and you gave it a try, right? So again, they always say nothing changes if nothing changes. And there is this author, I think his name is Zig Ziglar or something. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. He says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So you have to start somewhere, and now is the time to get started.
Beautiful. Can't say it any better. You don't have to be great to start, guys, but you have to start to be great.
Yeah.
And just look around you at all the thriving businesses across the world that you can gain information on. See how they started, and realize too that they were ordinary people just like you and I, right? So you just need to start. Katie, and I really, really, really just want to say thank you so, so much for, taking that time to just share with us, some moments from your journey. And
Yeah.
as you continue to grow and evolve, we just, want to wish you all the very best,
Oh, thank you.
all the success in the world. Really, really appreciate it. So thank you so, so much. And for your viewers and those of you who are possibly going to be watching it on the replay as well, we just want to thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. And I hope that this gives you some clarity, some encouragement and a little push to take action. All right. So if you are ready to take that leap of faith, guys, you can connect with us. All right. You can connect with us via our website, or you can message us. It's here. And we will definitely, provide you with added information that you need. And we look forward to seeing you on the inside
On
where
the
success
inside.
awaits you. So until the next time we meet, guys, take care. Bless up yourself.
Bye.
Bye.